channel. So you guys should know by now, this channel is a reaction channel. Sorry, excuse me. And so I do reactions, and my reactions varies. Sometimes my reaction can be more on a spiritual base. And as you guys should know by now, I am a born again Christian. And I tend to do reactions more on lifestyle, um, towards my country, which is Trinidad, um, lifestyle, and more on not spiritual base, but Christian base, born again Christian, anything to do with born again believing base, Christian. Okay, I want to make sure you understand that you're not in a spiritual or a Buddha type yoga, anything like that. New Age religion. I'm not any sort of New Age or spiritual based person. So just want to clear that out. I so I right now I am, not to say open, but right now I'm trying to find my niche. So right now I may go on more a lifestyle, and right now I'm going to do a reaction on health wise, and I do listen to Dr. Eric Berg, and he has one that I want to do a reaction to because I am over 50, and so I'm gonna do a reaction to his "Don't do this if you are over 50." Okay, so at the end, I would be giving. Sorry, I'm hearing a noise in the back there. I'll be giving my feedback at the end. Okay, so let's go on and listen.
Today I'm going to talk about what nutrients you should be careful of taking as you age, especially over the age of 50. Then I'm going to talk about what nutrients you should probably take more of as you age. So let's first start with what to not take. First one on the list is iron. Our bodies do not have a good way of getting rid of excess iron. And too much iron in the body creates damage in the liver. If you were to take iron on a regular basis, that could even increase your risk of getting an infection if your immune system is low, because you're giving the pathogens plenty of food. Also, when you take more iron, it depletes zinc. Really, one of the only remedies is just to donate blood to get rid of some of this iron. Now, if someone's female and they're menstruating, they're constantly getting rid of blood every month. But in any situation that someone's anemic, I would recommend to get your iron from like red meat, liver.
Oh, that's great. That's great advice. I do give blood. So, yeah. Okay, doctor, I'm listening. That's great information. So, if you are, yeah, yeah. When you stop seeing when you stop menstruating, you tend to still have a lot of iron in your body. So it'll be good to give blood. So that is point taken.
Grass-fed liver pills or spleen extract. The next mineral we're going to talk about is calcium. Far too many people are taking too much calcium. We develop a lot of extra calcium that builds up in the arteries, and the calcium can also build up in the kidneys as well. Just think about like people that have high blood pressure. What do they take? They take a calcium channel blocker. Now, the other point about calcium is that I do recommend a lot of vitamin D because it's very, very important. But one of the side effects of vitamin D in higher amounts is hypercalcemia. What is that? That's too much calcium in the blood. Now, I recommend taking high doses of vitamin D3 if you have autoimmune problems or you have a lot of inflammation, because we're trying to prevent too much calcium in the blood. Next vitamin on the list, vitamin A. But I'm not talking about the natural vitamin A. I'm talking about the synthetic version of vitamin A because they can become a problem, especially if you're taking them on a regular basis with
Guys, I just want to stop that because the inflammation part is important. So I want to just rewind that part. It's very, very important. The one with the calcium and the inflammation, the hyperglycemia. So I'll just go back. I want to pay attention to that. Um, if there's young folks on this channel, I'm so sorry. You might, if you want to listen, you can listen. Um, but just to let you know, this is more for a more mature audience.
I do recommend a lot of vitamin D because it's very, very important. But one of the side effects of vitamin D in higher amounts is hypercalcemia. What is that? It's too much calcium in the blood. Now, I recommend taking high doses of vitamin D3 if you have autoimmune problems or you have a lot of inflammation because we're trying to prevent too much calcium in the blood. Next vitamin on the list, vitamin A, but I'm not talking about the natural vitamin A. I'm talking about the synthetic version of vitamin A because they can become a problem, especially if you're taking them on a regular basis with the liver, as in liver damage, osteoporosis, and increase intracranial pressure. So that's like headaches. The natural version of vitamin A is totally fine. You can get that from cod liver oil, you can get it from egg yolks, you can get it from butter, but I would avoid taking any synthetic vitamin A. You would think sodium would be on this list, but sodium is very necessary for you to take, especially as you age. So sodium is necessary to give you energy. Following up with that, let's talk about the vitamins that you need more of as you age. There's the synthetic version of vitamin C, and then there's the natural version. In the past, I've been very much against synthetic vitamin C, but since then, I found there's definitely a time and a place for taking large amounts of vitamin C for various things. One is just to lower your histamine. So if you have this allergy attack, it seems to do wonders for that. And even one being to help with cancer. But on the flip side, I also recommend taking the vitamin C from sauerkraut would also be a good idea. All right, next vitamin on the list. This one's very, very important. This is vitamin B3 in the form of niacin. The problem with niacin, it gives you this flush. If you start off with very small amounts, like you start with 50 milligrams and slowly go to 100 milligrams, but I personally take about 500 to 1,000 milligrams of niacin every single day. Anyone over the age of 50 should do that. It's one of the only things that can increase good cholesterol. It helps to repair DNA. It helps with giving you energy. Then we get to the mineral called magnesium. Magnesium is the thing that counters this calcification problem. It keeps the calcium from building up inside the cells. Great for blood pressure, great for muscle cramps, great for energy, great for sleeping, and great for lowering your cortisol. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Vitamin D. I think most people need a lot more than they're getting. You need 10,000 IUs. I'm not going to get into the million reasons why, but if you have any thought that that's a toxic amount, just think about this. If you're going to be out in the sun for about 40 minutes, okay, you're going to get 20,000 IUs of vitamin D3. So why in the heck would 10,000 IUs be a toxic amount? The next vitamin I'm going to talk about you needing is vitamin K1. Now, vitamin K1 has the function of clotting the body. There's this false idea that people have that if I take too much K1, I'm going to get more clotting. That is false information. When you take even high doses of vitamin K1, the blood will only clot to the normal amount. It won't give you extra clotting. It's not going to create a clot or a clogged artery. They should be consuming foods that are high in vitamin K1. Dark leafy greens are loaded with vitamin K1. The last vitamin that I'm going to recommend taking is vitamin K2. It not only helps you mobilize calcium and keep calcium in the bone where it should be, but it also has other benefits too for energy to support the mitochondria.
Okay, it was short and sweet. Dr. Berg, oh my gosh. Guys, just hold on.
Drinking coffee.
I am learning this thing. So bear with me because I'm not. I'm good tech. I'm a good tech, but I'm just learning this new program thing. So here I have the list, but I just want to go back. So it just okay. Okay, so let me go over the list because that means I have to go back and rewind and all that, and it will take so much time because I'm recording right now. So it was vitamin C. I do have vitamin C. I have like the 10,000 IUDs. I have that already. The vitamin A I don't have. The sodium, I was told that the sodium is good. Now, sodium, there is salt, and I think it's the Celtic sea salt. That's something I have to get. So that's another one. I am taking a lot of sun. If you notice my skin tone, I am out in the sun like you could see the light of day. I am in that sun. I don't care if it's not good for my skin. I'm black already. I don't care. The sun is very important to be out there because, as you heard what Dr. Berg said, it's good for your skin. Um, uh, the DC3, I have that. I got it. I wouldn't say how I got it, but I have that DC3, and it's good for inflammation. As you hit past that 50, girl, guys, the body, if you don't exercise, the muscles become you lose your muscles and it becomes like liquid. The inflammation sets in. The muscles become like fat. So you gotta exercise, otherwise it becomes fat, and what it becomes like water, and the water goes on the foot, and that's where you get that. Those your whole body becomes like waterlogged. So the inflammation. I have the DC3. That's why rewind that re, I rewind that recording with Dr. Berg. So now I know the DC3 is important to take, but I remember that someone said you can't take too much of it, but I'll take it like every other day. See how important it is. And he said he's recommended 10,000 IUD. Now the sun is important, so thank God. God is good. It's the reason why I was watching it. The sodium is good. Salt, they say, oh, you mustn't take too much salt. Salt is good. It's according to what type of salt you take. Salt is good. The nicotine, I think. The magnesium is another one. So I have to buy the vitamin A, magnesium, K1 and K2. What else did he say? The vitamin A and the salt. So guys, just I thank God. God is good. God is moving. I was I was saying, oh my God, what am I gonna react to? I didn't want to do anything negative. The Trump assassination last week was so emotional. This month, July, June, there's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of things going on. Sometimes I like to switch off. There's so much things going on spiritually, physically. You gotta pray. Everybody needs to be prayed up. This is not a time to be lackadaisical. You need to be in the Word. We we are living. I don't know if it's the last days because I don't know when it's the last days. I know there are signs. but I don't know when the last days are. Okay? All Jesus said to do is follow these signs. He didn't say when the last days were, but there were signs. All I can say is keep praying, keep in the word, and keep your armor on, and keep eating healthy, keep exercising. This is something I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take care of myself, and I'm trying to take care of my own little family right here. My little family that's right here revolving around me. Okay? Um, that's what I have to say. Take care of your own. Who who's ever in your perimeter, you take care of, you know? And God will take care of you. Who God bless, no man curse. I love you guys. Stay blessed up.